The truth of origin. In the beginning, the world was a muddy ocean. Tsukihi, God the parent, finding this chaos unbearably tasteless, thought of creating human beings in order to see the joyous life and thus share in that joy. Looking carefully through the muddy ocean, God saw a fish and a serpent amid many loaches. Planning to make them into models of husband and wife, God summoned them. Discerning their single-heartedness, God obtained their consent and received them, promising that when the years equal to the number of their firstborn had elapsed, they would be returned to the residence of origin, the place of original conception, and would be adored by their posterity. Continuing, God summoned an oar from the northwest and a turtle from the southeast. Again, after obtaining their consent, God received them and, after consuming them to test the flavor of their minds, determined their natures. Then God decided to use the oar as the instrument of the male organ, of bones and support, and the turtle as the instrument of the female organ, of skin and joining. Then God put the orc into the fish and the turtle into the serpent and established them as models of man and woman. God gave the sacred names of Izanagi no Mikoto to the model of man, the seed, and Izanami no Mikoto to the model of woman, the seed plot. To the divine principles of these instruments, God gave the names Tsukiyomi no Mikoto and Kunasazachi no Mikoto, respectively. Then God summoned an eel from the east, a flatfish from the southwest, a black snake from the west, and a globefish from the northeast, one after another. Again, God first gained their consent, received them, and consumed them to test the nature of each. God then decided to use the eel as the instrument for eating, drinking, and elimination, the flatfish for breathing and speaking, the black snake for pulling forth, and the globefish for cutting. To the divine principles of these instruments, God gave the sacred names of, respectively, Kumoyomi no Mikoto, Kashikwan no Mikoto, Otonobe no Mikoto, and Taishokuten no Mikoto. Thus, the models and instruments having been determined, the creation of human beings was begun. First God consumed all the loaches in the muddy ocean, tested the flavors of their nature, and made them the seeds for human beings. Then God the parent, as Tsuki-sama, the moon, entered the body of Izanagi no Mikoto and, as Hai-sama, the sun, entered the body of Izanami no Mikoto and taught them the divine providence of creating human beings. Then 900,099,999 seeds were put into the body of Izanami no Mikoto in 3 days and 3 nights. Izanami no Mikoto remained there for 3 years and 3 months and gave birth in 75 days to as many children as there were seeds. The first children thus born were all half an inch, 5 bu, tall. Growing taller gradually, they reached a height of 3 inches, 3 sun, in 99 years. Then they all passed away for rebirth and their father, Izanagi no Mikoto, withdrew from physical life. However, Izanami no Mikoto again conceived the original number of children by the divine providence already taught her and, after 10 months, gave birth to them again. The children, then too, were half an inch tall at birth and, after growing to 3.5 inches, 3 sun 5 bu, in 99 years, all passed away for rebirth once more. Then the children were conceived for the 3rd time. They were again born half an inch tall and, this time, grew to 4 inches, 4 sun, in 99 years. At that time, their mother, Izanami no Mikoto, said, "Now that they have grown so tall, in time they will reach the height of human beings 5 feet tall, 5 shaku," and with a smile, withdrew from physical life. Then all her children, too, passed away for rebirth, deeply yearning for their mother. After that, human beings were reborn 8,008 times as worms, birds, beasts, and the like. Then they all passed away except a she-monkey. She conceived 10 human beings at a time, 5 male and 5 female. They were born half an inch tall and grew taller gradually. When they grew to 8 inches, 8 sun, the bottom of the muddy ocean began to develop highs and lows by the providence of God the Parent. When they grew to 1 foot and 8 inches, 1 shaku 8 sun, land and sea, heaven and earth, and the sun and moon came to take form so as to be distinguishable. In the development of human beings from 1 foot and 8 inches to 3 feet, 3 shaku, twins were born from each conception, a male and a female. When humans reached 3 feet, 1 child was born from each conception and they began to speak. When they reached 5 feet, land and sea, heaven and earth, the whole universe, was completed, and human beings began to dwell on land. God the Parent taught that human beings lived in water for 900,090,000 years, were trained for 6,000 years in wisdom, and were instructed for 3,999 years in letters. Only through the exhaustive efforts of Tsukihi, made step by step, have you become the humans you are. Ofudesaki v. 88.